Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and today I'm bringing you a video where I'm going to talk about what happens if you beat the Iron Banner quest that just came out today as I'm making this video. What do you get, and what are the quest steps, and how easy slash how hard is it, or is it worth my time? So step one is you need to go to Saladin, of course, walk up to him, you talk to him, and you pick up the quest. It's simply down here in Pursuits. After you've done that, it's in your Pursuits, in the new Pursuits tab up there, and it starts off with Test of Strength. So the first thing you need to do, and I've done this on my Hunter, I've beaten, and it's character specific, by the way. It's not account wide, it's character specific. So if you start to make progress on one, just keep in mind that you will then only have that progress on that character. Parts of this step is actually really difficult on certain subclasses. Depends on which class you like the most. If you're a Titan, Hunter, Warlock, main, obviously if you're like, you only like Hunters, then just do it on a Hunter, I guess. But me personally, I found it really difficult to do on Hunter, and my friends who are Warlocks were having such a good time doing it as a Warlock. So I would highly recommend being a Warlock for this. I'll explain why as I go through the quest steps and what each piece gives you. So the first quest step is this one right here. You have to defeat Guardians. When you do defeat Guardians, and you're going to want to do this with teammates ideally, or else it's going to take a lot longer. It took me about 8 to 9 hours total to beat the quest from start to finish, 8 to 9 hours. And so it's going to take you a lot longer than that if you try to do this whole thing solo. So you start off, you defeat Guardians, and you get the boots once you complete this. Then you go back to Saladin again, and you have to go back to Saladin after each time. You can't just continue the quest. You have to go back, get the loot drop, and then begin the next quest step. The second one is to capture zones. If you're doing this with your teammates, what you want to do is have all of your teammates go on the initial starting zone. And once you've captured that, you A or C, whichever it is, you'll then rotate to B all together. And then hopefully from B, you can kill the enemies and capture the third zone and get the lockdown that happens essentially when you are in Iron Banner. You can capture all three zones. And that's how you make massive progress on step number 2. And when you do beat step number 2, you will get the gauntlet for your character. Ideally Warlock, like I said, but again, if you're a Hunter main or a Titan main, go for that. Go for whichever character you like the most. Maybe you want to do it on all 3 characters. Maybe you're absolutely, in my opinion, batshit crazy and want to do it on all 3 characters. But you know what? You do you. Right now it's a Lord of Wolves meta, and there's a lot of people out there using Lord of Wolves. And this quest gets really frustrating later on because you can't use Lord of Wolves, and I'll explain here in just a minute. Because quest step number 3, after you've captured all the zones, is for the class item. And what you need to do is get grenade kills, melee kills, and super kills. Now keep in mind that every person that's on your team that gets super kills counts towards your progress, but at a much slower rate. And every person that gets grenade kills or melee kills, the same thing, but at a much slower rate. So you need to individually go out and get grenade kills and melee kills and super kills. This is really difficult if you're a Hunter, because Warlock has the Controverse hold with Nova Warp. He can charge up a grenade and you can receive more damage while he's charging the grenade, and then throw a one-hit kill grenade. That is awesome. I wish that I started this quest on a Warlock. I didn't have that, so I had to throw skip grenades as a Hunter. You want to weaken your enemy, shoot them a bunch with the hand cannon, whatever you're using, and throw a skip grenade when they're one shot, and that kills them. And that's how I did it. It took me a lot longer than my Warlock friends, so keep that in mind. Hunters was a little bit harder than Warlocks. Maybe you can come up with your own strategy, but we spent hours doing this part of the quest, and we came up with these strategies as the best methods that we could think of. As a Titan, what I would recommend is the chest piece, the Heart of Inmost Light. If you put down a Titan wall with that and you throw a sticky grenade, it becomes a one-hit kill grenade, and that's really what you're looking for. You need to kill people with grenades, so one-hit kill grenades are, of course, going to be the best. So that way you don't have to shoot them or weaken them with something else and then throw a grenade, which is always disastrous. It's always tough to do. If you're getting in a hand cannon fight, in mid-hand cannon fight, you have to start throwing a grenade. You're going to die every time. It's frustrating, and the grenade will only maybe kill them, depending upon what grenade you threw. And so just keep that in mind. Warlock was the best for that. Titan would probably be pretty good, but you'd need to have Heart of Inmost Light, and you need to put down Titan Wall and then throw the one-hit kill sticky grenades. Preferably, probably on Hammer or really any class, I guess, besides Striker, which doesn't have that grenade. So once you get your grenade, your melee, and your super kills, like I said, you will get the class item. After you get the class item, you'll then go back to Saladin again and pick up the 4th quest step. Now this one is a real pain in the ass, okay? You have to get auto rifle kills, scout rifle kills, snipe kills, fusion kills, and sword kills. If you're not working with a team, this is going to take you a long time. Each time you get scout kills right now, the current meta scouts are really, really tough to use. So scout kills are going to be so much more difficult doing it solo. I had teammates, so told like 2 or 3 of my teammates, like, hey, let's do scout rifle together. And we'll all team shoot scouts down hallways, and it worked out really well. And I made so much other progress because other teammates were grabbing power ammo with the sword and running around getting sword kills. So it was great. I was like, oh, this is so good. Everyone's running around getting kills and helping my progress. Literally, I could have been AFK, not doing anything, and my teammates running around getting kills would have actually given me progress at a much, much slower rate than I would be ideal, of course, but still progress, right? Progress is progress. So you get your auto rifle kills, your scout rifle kills, your sniper kills, your fusion rifle kills, and your sword kills. So let me go through. Auto rifle, Suro's regime is like the best. Like Suro's regime is really good. Use the spin up. It's pretty saucy. If you put down a Lunafaction rift, or if you sit behind a half wall and you get it spun up, you could like mow through some teammates. Suro's is really good for that. Scout rifle, Mida multi-tool is the one I chose to use, was really good. Sniper rifle, I used the 140 RPM sniper from Dreaming City. I can't remember the name of it right now, but you know the one I'm talking about. And then the fusion rifle, I used the Jotun, which was, I felt terrible using the Jotun because it's the Jotun and it's kind of a meme for a low skill weapon, but I used the Jotun and it got a bunch of Jotun kills. And then sword ammo, I used Black Talon, and Black Talon is devastating and great. Just running around, double clicking, right click, and killing people at range with Black Talon. And that's how I got through all of those quest steps. And I got through them pretty fast. It took a little while, you know, like scout rifle kills take a bit. But you could break it down into each one. But just keep in mind that as you're doing them, people are going to be running around with Lord of Wolves and just completely obliterating you, which is super frustrating if you're trying to get scout rifle kills. But, you know, if you want to get this awesome armor, that's what you got to do. After you beat the 4th step, you'll get the chest piece, and then you'll get onto the 5th step, and you have to win matches. Now, this is where I found a glitch in the game. I didn't see anyone else on Twitter or anywhere else find this. To my credit, I think I was the first person to find it, and it was by complete luck. What we did was we won a game, and it was like 2% progress, and then one of the teammates with us, he needed to go to the tower. So we went to the tower, and we came back, and we noticed that our progress went from like 2% to like 26%. It was crazy. And so we realized that you can actually completely like glitch this part of the quest out and get it done in like 2 minutes. All you have to do is make a little bit of progress first. You have to like win a game first. And after you've made a little bit of progress, you can load the tower. And as you're loading, just change characters and reselect the character as it like after you've clicked launch and it counts down from 3, 2, 1 and launches, you know? And then you'll make a ton of progress and then just do the same thing over again. You do it like 4 or 5 times and you'll beat the entire quest step. I have the link to this on my Twitter account if you want to watch the actual video proof of it. It worked really, really well. And that's how we beat it. We literally beat the 5th quest step. I don't know how long it's going to be bugged or if it's going to continue to be bugged for a long time, but literally if you want to beat it, like now is like the best time. If you can get to quest step number 5, you can beat this in no time. And that gives you the helmet. Once you get all the pieces, I'll show you what the armor looks like here.
Growing your light.
And you can, once you get all the pieces, you can beat the triumph where you need to wear the armor. If you wear the armor and win, or if you complete 5 matches and defeat 50 guardians while wearing the armor, you then have access to buy the shaders and buy the sparrow from Saladin. And the shaders do look pretty good, I will say. This is what the armor looks like. I put some kind of pink armor on it so I could look pretty. And you can go buy the sparrow from him. This is the sparrow right here, the pace setter. Looks pretty good, I'd say. So that's how you beat it. That's the absolute fastest way to beat it. Is it worth it? It's up to you to decide. Right now there's the Lord of Wolves meta, and it's definitely very frustrating and tough to deal with. For me personally, it was worth it because I like playing Crucible, I like playing PvP, and it was a fun challenge to play against so much Lord of Wolves, especially with the scout rifles, but it required some serious teamwork. And even though I definitely was banging my head against my desk at a few points in time, I definitely think it was worth it. It was cool to get all that stuff. And afterwards, I turned in 1,500 Iron Banner tokens to see what awesome loot I would get. And I will be making a video on that very soon. That'll be the next video coming up. So stay tuned for that. And if you like this video, make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to subscribe for more. And comment down below if you have any questions at all in regards to how I've done any of these quest steps. If I didn't cover anything in full detail, I apologize. I will 100% respond to your comments. If I don't, tag me on Twitter. I am very responsive on Twitter. I go through my Twitter mentions like every 20 minutes. So if you tag me on Twitter, I'll definitely see it, but I'll try to comment down below and I'll be going through the comments as the night goes on. And hopefully you guys will get through this Iron Banner quest and through the treacherous Lord of Wolves meta. So thank you so much. Have a good night, and I'll see you in the next one.